Hello and welcome to our WIFR FastCast. Turning to our top story here this afternoon, a 43-year-old McChesney Park man will spend almost 5 years in prison for a drug charge. Tyrese Taylor pled guilty to having cocaine and several other drugs in October. Taylor was released from prison last year after being released in 2019 for a previous drug trafficking conviction, but was sent back to prison in 2021 for selling drugs. In April this year, Rock County authorities went into a Beloit home connected to Taylor and found the drugs, along with $4,000 in cash containing pre-recorded police money from past drug sales. Lee County deputies need our help finding this suspect who's accused of trying to rob a Shell gas station in Amboy Wednesday. We'll leave this picture up here for a bit. And deputies encourage residents in the area north of the gas station with surveillance cameras to look at their footage and report anything they find suspicious. If you have any information on the suspect, contact the Lee County Sheriff's Office or Amboy Police. A 43-year-old man recovers after DeKalb deputies claim he hit a garage. Deputies say after 8 Tuesday night, Kenneth Schwager was driving on Perry Road and Salmonock Road south when he lost control of his vehicle. The car then hit a mailbox and also hit a garage. Schwager then left the area, called 911, and was treated at the scene. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office reminds residents that they'll provide free rides home for those who've had too much to drink New Year's Eve. The rides will be from 9 at night Wednesday to 4 in the morning Thursday. WIFR's Alyssa Kelly speaks to local sheriffs across the state line about the importance of using this program instead of getting behind the wheel while under the influence. And across the state line, helping folks ring in the new year safely, the Dixon Police Department will also offer free rides with its Catch a Cab program this New Year's Eve. From 7 Wednesday night until 2 in the morning Thursday, residents within the city limits or up to 2 miles outside the city of Dixon can call for a cab ride home free of charge. You can check out the WIFR app, which has 2 numbers you're encouraged to call if you are in need of a safe ride. And of course, like we mentioned, Winnebago County deputies will also be offering rides this New Year's Eve to folks within their county. They're the latest food truck success story in the state line, planning to triple their workload next year. Sassy Mac Boys, which opened its first brick-and-mortar location in McChesney Park this past November, says they plan to open 2 additional locations in the new year. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley gets a bite of what's driving the growth for the company, speaking with the store's founder and the decision to take their restaurant game to the next level.
Hey folks, WIFR's Nathaniel Langley here, and you might have already set your resolution for 2026, and the CEO of Sassy Mac Boys is doing the same. He has the goal of opening 2 more restaurants next year, and that's just coming after a month of having his first permanent location. Be sure to tune in later today on WIFR and eventually on WIFR.com to learn what's driving this success.
And after decades of serving the state of Illinois and defending the laws of our country, one of the state line's longest tenured attorneys cleans out her office this week to enter retirement. I sat down with Margie O'Connor, learning what she has seen change in the area and her profession over the years, and the new role she will step into as a caretaker. When one chapter ends, another one begins.
And I want to be able to step up and help my siblings who've been doing a lot of the work.
Margie O'Connor spent her final day at the public defender's office at the Winnebago County Courthouse filled with gratitude.
I've had the opportunity to serve a lot of really wonderful people in the public that I've been really blessed to meet.
Spending an equal amount of time in each position, O'Connor transitioned to the role of assistant public defender, safeguarding the people she once helped put behind bars as deputy state's attorney proved their innocence.
Many people don't know this, but my goal in all those applications was to be a public defender.
And she's seen a lot happen during her time serving the state and the state line.
When I first started, we didn't have DNA evidence. And now what we have so much of is video. We have video on people's houses, we have video on all the buildings, we have video at the intersections.
But stepping out of her role, assisting the less fortunate, she'll step up to take care of the ones who stood behind her from the beginning, her parents.
My mom's going to be 94, my dad is 94, and they're a blessing in our life, but there's a lot of care involved.
O'Connor says her decades-long law career instilled in her something she feels can be a lesson to others entering the profession to find a passion.
And I do believe that for any career pursuit that people have, if you get a chance to volunteer or shadow somebody who's doing the job, it'll give you an idea whether this is going to be a fit for you or not. When I started, there weren't a lot of women in this field. Now I'd say there's as many women as there are men, and there's tremendous opportunity for everybody in this field if they just work hard.
In Rockford, Jake Pearson, WIFR News. And once Margie and I wrapped up our conversation, she said thanks to everyone in the county for giving her the opportunity to serve them, and says she's incredibly grateful for the experiences her work has provided her. Now, turning back to the weather here, we're going to be celebrating quite a chilly start to 2026. Let's take a look at how our hour-by-hour timecast is shaping up for the remainder of our Wednesday. Taking a look at the temperature right now, you can see we're sitting at about 34 degrees right there, which, of course, a couple degrees here above the freezing mark, but that is precisely going to be our issue here. Take a look at the 5 o'clock hour and the 6 o'clock hour. We've got a 70% chance for some of that precipitation coming up here within the next hour, and then taking a look at 6, our chances are lowering, but they're not zero. A 30% chance for us there at 6, and that's when we're going to reach that freezing mark. And then take a look as we continue on throughout the rest of this evening. We are going to be dropping fast. 29 degrees at 7 o'clock, and then dropping by 4 degrees just in an hour, and then going all the way down to about 13 degrees there once we reach 2026. So it's certainly going to be cold. We're dropping by about 20 degrees or so. So even though that's not necessarily so much of a risk for any of that snow, the freezing rain as well as those flash freezing could definitely prove to be an issue. So especially during a time like this, we want to make sure that you have our WIFR First Alert weather app downloaded on your mobile phone. All you have to do is just scan this QR code here and it should take you to the App Store. But this isn't the only app that we offer here with WIFR. We also want you to download our WIFR News app. These are two separate apps, and of course we do want to make sure that we're prioritizing the right content on both of those. But once you do download both of those apps, you're going to want to hit allow notifications, those little alerts that are going to pop up there right on your phone, so that way we can send out alerts to you no matter what it is, where you are. We want to make sure we can get it out to you accurately. Those stories that I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago will be coming up in our shows at 5, 6, and 9 due to New Year's Eve. Of course, we did not have a 4 o'clock show. That's why you guys are seeing me here right now. And then, of course, coming up here later at 10, our show is actually moved to 9 o'clock. Of course, like I mentioned, you can get the latest news both in the state line and across the country on our website at WIFR.com or on our smartphone apps. We also want you to download our WIFR streaming apps on your TV. That's going to be for Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you coming up here at about 5 o'clock with Daniel and Sydney. Thanks so much for watching.